Welcome back. First role play of 2025. Let's get it. We got a good crowd here today, too. Good morning, Michelle, Glennis, Jersey, Stephanie, Isaac, Holly, Nathan, Reza, Tristan, Angelina, driving but listening. Good morning, Glennis. Okay, let's get it. Okay, everybody off mute. Do 2 minutes. It is 8:05. Specifically thinking forward, what are some questions I'd ask a buyer?
What do you do for fun?
What do you do for fun?
Do you work or do you commute for work, or do you work from home?
Okay. Yep. Do you have to commute for work? Do you have a home office?
Do you have any kids?
Do you have any kids? How old are they?
What's their name?
Decision makers.
What's their names? Yes. Any other decision makers? Yeah. That'd go with family.
What's your spouse's name?
What's your spouse's name? Good one.
Have any pets?
Area?
Pets? Tristan?
Are you local to the area?
Yeah, that'd work.
Are schools important?
Are schools important to you?
What do you like to do for fun?
What do you guys like to do for fun?
Is
Okay, what's another way of us asking that?
What do you do for fun?
How do
Yeah.
you enjoy your free time?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. What do you do in your free time?
What's your favorite sport?
What's your favorite sport?
Do you have any large extracurricular recreational items that need to move with you?
Yeah.
Are you the holiday entertainer, or do you travel elsewhere for the holidays?
That's a good one. I like that one.
Other than work, is there anything else that you need to be in close proximity to?
Good one.
Do you like gardening and working outside, or would you prefer a yard with less maintenance?
There we go.
What's your vision for your dream home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you looking for an entertainer's home?
Yep. Follow along the holiday one.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Is this your first home or is your vacation home?
Yeah, your first home, secondary home,
What motivates you to look at a house in the city you're looking at?
Yeah. Hey, what makes you want to live in Carlsbad, in the first place?
What is buying this home going to do for you and your future and your family?
Nice.
Is there anything that you want to be able to do at your new home that you're not able to do at your current residence?
Like that one.
What's your favorite part about where you're looking at buying it? Yeah, buying home.
Okay, like what's your favorite part about Vista?
Yeah.
What would be considered a lifestyle upgrade for your family?
Yeah. Would be considered a lifestyle upgrade for you and your family?
I wanted to say like hobbies or sports that your children are involved in where maybe you need to be in close proximity to.
Totally. This one's gone a little bit off cusp, but for those of you that read your Exactly What to Say book, we'll bring it back into action the team meeting, the monthly meeting. Can you imagine is one of their big ones. Can you imagine
yourself living here?
Can you imagine yourself living here? If you know their pain points and stuff already, hey, can you imagine your two huge huskies playing in the backyard every day here while you're at work? Hey, can you imagine your kid riding their bike to school right from the front driveway, being able to get to school every day? But you play that like, can you imagine, for them to paint that picture in their head, just a little bit. It's kind of like, hey, give me a general breakdown, gets them to kind of picture what it is they're about to give us, instead of saying how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. We always start with, hey, give me a general breakdown, because it gets them to kind of picture that home in their head. When you use that, can you imagine, it's the same thing. So, you could use that for all types of stuff, but you just want to make sure you match it to their pain point, because like, if they don't give a shit about something, you're just like, can you imagine walk into the store every day and they're like, walk, Holly? They're like, what? No. They're like, no. So make sure you match it, towards them. Okay, let's get 3 more. We did good. I like these ones today. 3 more forward.
What part of your next dream home do you spend the most time in?
Cool. I could say that. That's a funny one. It gets someone thinking. What room, as I would say, what room, in your next dream home do you see yourself spending the most time in?
Do you spend a lot of time in the garage?
It's a good one. I feel like we don't ask about garages very often.
What will your dream day look like in your new home?
What would a what?
Your dream day look like in your new home?
That's cool. I could see that being like, hey, what does a dream like Sunday, at home like look like for you, in a new home?
So does this home align with your 2025 vision? What's your goals?
Like that. Let's get one more.
How
What's
does a
most
nice office space contribute to your job?
Nice. I like that. And Holly, you're about to say one. Send us strong.
Yeah, what is the most important thing that you're looking in your new home?
Cool. Yeah. And just remember, guys, this is the big thing. Those are really good forward questions. You guys did a great job. Is when we're focusing on forward, the biggest forward's uncovering a few things for us. One, it's building lots of rapport. Okay, that's kind of like the initial main goal. Second is it should uncover, okay, other pain points, hopefully. If you're asking about the kids and the family and all these things, hopefully you come across other pain points, which is like, oh well, yeah, right now we're driving an hour, to get to school on a Saturday, and there's no chance. So just remember, when you ask your forward, they don't always have to be real estate related. So we can have a mix of personal, which we had some today, like, what do you like to do on the weekends? What does a Saturday look like for Glennis? Okay, something like that. And then you have your business side of it, which is, hey, would you need a home office? In this new dream home? Do you see yourself being in this home 5 years from now? Is it that type of dream home? And now you're starting to build more about real estate too. So just remember, your forward can go a few different ways. They don't have to always be about the house. Okay, let's move on to some objections, okay, or some closes. And it's been a little bit, okay, since we've used our closes. So if anybody needs a refresher, feel free to go to your scripts and objections doc, or if you have a printout, and it's the FAM list of closing phrases. If you need a refresher. And then I want everyone to just take 1 minute. Okay, it's 8:12. I want you just to think about your close for a second. What value are you going to use? How much time are you spending together? Just say it once through your head. Okay, close somebody right now in your head, but these will be buyer closes. Okay, not seller. Just picture your smooth close. Because that's the name of the game of your close, is smooth. Okay, a lot of us know the words, but getting them down smooth and clean, precise is a great word for a close. And then calmly waiting for your objection. Okay, understanding that we may get hit with objections quite often when we ask for appointments. Okay, Isaac, why don't you go ahead and start us off? Okay, you give an objection to somebody, close somebody that's here, and they'll give you an objection back.
All right, let's do it. Mr. Tristan.
Tristan.
Uh,
All right, Mr. Guerrero. So because you mentioned to me that you wanted to be over in Oceanside, let's do this, man. Let's get together for about 15, 20 minutes, and what we'll do is essentially lay out a step-by-step plan to be able to get you into that dream house by the end of the year. And essentially after the meeting, what'll happen is you'll feel much more comfortable, you'll feel much more empowered, right, to understand fully what the next steps are. And once you are ready to make that decision, we can go ahead and dive right in. Are you open this week, about 15, 20 minutes, so we can get together either in person or over Zoom?
yeah, I appreciate all the information you gave me, Zach, Isaac. But me and my family are just not ready to make a move right now. I think we would be in the next 2-3 months or so.
Yeah, I completely understand, Tristan. 2, 3 months can go by pretty quick. There's a lot of precious time between now and then. Let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. If we were to have found your dream home, soon, right? How ready are you to make a next move? Like, is it the down payment or is it the monthly option that you're concerned about?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to find something sooner rather than later. It really the monthly payment to me that seems pretty high at my end.
Got it. Okay, so what we'll do, Tristan, is we'll work with Bridget. She's our lender partner. We'll work closely with her. That way we can really fully understand what the numbers are looking like. And then again, once something makes sense that we find across that makes sense for you and your family, we can talk about the next steps from there. How does that sound?
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Cool. So I'll set you up with Bridget, and then as soon as we get clarity on that, we'll be able to direct ourselves a little bit more towards the right direction.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it then.
Brad, good job. This is a good objection too. And breezed right through it like it was nothing. Okay, Mr. Tristan.
Okay. Um, let's see. All right, let me close Nathan. All right, Nathan. Well, thank you for breaking all that down for me. It sounds like you're looking to upgrade your lifestyle and move to Carlsbad within the next 3 to 6 months. How about this? Let's set up about 15 to 20 minutes where we'll meet over coffee, and I'm able to then lay out a step-by-step plan, what we call a PLP, that's individualized to you and for your needs, so that when we sit down and I explain to you that plan, you're going to feel as confident and comfortable with that decision once you leave away from that table. So what do you say we meet at Starbucks this Friday, tomorrow at 1 p.m.?
Well, thanks for the offer, Tristan, but right now I just think I'm not ready to pull the trigger on anything yet.
Got it. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Nathan. What part of the buying process are you still unsure of?
Well, honestly, my credit is not good, so I think I'm going to need to work on my credit first.
Oh, got it. Okay. What would you say? Could you give me a range of where maybe your credit is at?
Right now, I think it's like in the low sixes.
Got it. Actually, that you shouldn't have to worry about the range of where your credit currently is at. And you should be able to qualify for pretty much most loans that our partner lender has to offer. But I don't know if this is for you. Let's sit down with Bridget so she could show you all the options that are made available to you so you can have access to that. So let's still meet tomorrow at 1 p.m. and I'll connect you with Bridget so that we're able to sit down together and look at what a plan looks like for you. How's that sound?
Okay, you think I could still get a house with that low credit?
I still say you can.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let's meet.
Cool. Put it in.
Okay. When he threw out his objection, his initial objection, did you discover about it or did you battle it?
I think it was more of a pushback battle. I think I should have discovered a little bit more about that.
I thought you discovered. I didn't think you battled.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You look, I guess, kind of a trick question. No, yeah, I thought you discovered, which is exactly if you guys ever get stuck in an objection, all you ever need to do is ask a question that discovers about the objection. Okay, and that's kind of why I wanted to highlight it, because he kind of had to find his footing for a second, which is fine. But Nathan threw out that he wasn't really ready yet, to do anything. And he discovered, well, hey, is there any parts of the home buying process, that you're unsure about, that you don't fully understand? So it's starting to discover instead of attacking it, and instead of battling it. The one part that you want to be very careful of is you're an agent, you are not a lender. So you are not here to tell somebody if they can get approved or not get approved. We can build confidence for sure, but we can't do it in too direct of a way. So telling someone, hey, yeah, you can get approved for most of the programs. Yeah, you'll get approved, no problem. The second they go to that lender and get approved for 300,000 because their credit sucks, or something like that, you're no longer getting your phone calls answered. Because what can happen is we can like over blow up their bubble and then it pops, and we're the ones that were responsible. Okay, for it. So just be very careful when you're talking about getting approved for a loan. Your credit should work for that, no problem. And just use more of a vagueness, to it. So, okay, Nathan, not as bad as you made it sound. Okay, tell me a bit more about what you're looking for in a home. Really, what we're using that for is just to gauge for ourselves, is this person's credit like down? Or is it decent? And we're just using it for them to continue this conversation going. So just remember that one thing. That's for everybody. If you're talking about the loan, be very careful about using language like you could get approved for most loans, because we're not the lenders. We're not the ones who have any idea, about any of that. But good job. Okay, Mr. Nathan.
All right, Holly, it's you and me.
Holly's always ready.
Let's go.
All right. So, Holly, it sounds like you're in the discovery phase right now, just gathering all the information, learning your options. I'm not sure if this is for you, but a lot of my clients that are also in this discovery phase find it really beneficial to just have all the correct information in front of you so you can make a confident decision. How about we set up a time this week where I can give you a simple step-by-step plan that gives you all that knowledge and the options that'll make you more empowered to make a decision. What's a good day this week that you have about 20 minutes for me?
Well, Nathan, I appreciate that. It just like I am really not ready. I would really want to wait for the interest rate coming down, or just what's going on with the new presidency. I don't know. Just it's really uncertain for me right now to take any action.
Okay, that's totally understandable. What exactly is holding you back?
Timing?
What exactly is holding you back?
Timing. I mean, the timing. When is the right time to buy a home?
Okay. Well, even though it might take you a little while to buy a home, it's really still beneficial to kind of sit down with somebody and just go over the step-by-steps plan to getting a home, so that when you are ready to buy, you have all the information in front of you and you can make that confident decision when you are actually ready. If you have about 10, 15 minutes for me this week, we can just kind of go over what that plan would look like. So, when the time does come and you are ready to actually, get serious about buying a home, you have all the information in front of you. Would you find that beneficial? Would you be open to that?
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Now just get myself ready, be informed, be educated, and when the time comes, then I'm ready.
Yeah. So just about 10 minutes, we can go over that. We can either meet for coffee at a Starbucks, or we can even do Zoom. What would be better for you?
Yeah, let's do it on the Zoom.
Okay. We'll set up a Zoom for tomorrow at about 12:30. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good
That
job.
was
That's
smooth.
good. Yeah, the big one for me is just like staying really calm. Like, you guys will find your footing. You guys know the answers to all these. It may just take a second, to find in your head. So I need you guys to all have the confidence that you know the answers to anything they're going to say, and just be okay with the fact that it may take you a second to think about it. Okay, everybody get that? Because that was the biggest thing, Nathan, I'm pulling from yours. You're okay with just kind of sitting there for a second and being like, cool, I'm gonna figure out what to say, which is fine, because we don't need to rush into anything, on the phone. Like, we can sit there and be quiet for a solid few seconds before someone thinks it's weird. And they go, you still there, Zach? And I go, yeah, I'm just thinking. They're like, oh, okay. That's like your worst case scenario there if it goes too long. So don't take too long that they ask, that makes it awkward, but like, be okay with calm and just processing, what you're going to say next. Okay, Miss Holly, pick your person.
My person, Stephanie.
Hi.
Okay, Stephanie, I understand you're about 6 months out, but based on what you're looking for, it will take a little time to find that right home for you. And there are going to be some steps that you need to take to ensure you are getting your home 6 months from now. So why don't we do this? Let's jump on a 15-minute Zoom call, and then I'm going to fully prepare you on exact strategy to find your next home. It's going to give you a clarity on over the next 6 months on how to get access and find the right home for you. Do you have time, 15 minutes for me?
Oh, that's so nice of you to offer that, but I don't want to waste your time until, we're closer and we really know what we want to do.
Well, actually, it is totally not a waste of time. It's really my pleasure to do that. And many of the buyers like to take that steps right now. So they're aware of, they're informed what they're gonna do, and when is the time to take action. It will only take you 15 minutes. Do you have 15 minutes for me tomorrow at 10?
I mean, I really do want to know about it. It's something we want to do, but I just, like I said, I don't know that it's something that we'll do this year. So I don't want to waste your time. If there's other clients you could be spending your time with, we just don't know what we want to do yet.
Can you explain to me what is this really holding you back?
Well, we've thought we might move out of state as an option. So, in 6 months, that could look more promising. I've started applying for kind of different jobs in different places. So if different things come up, I'm kind of keeping it open right now. So I don't want to waste your time before I'm sure I know I want to stay here.
Okay, I totally understand. And the uncertainties and where you're gonna go, what's happening, what's gonna happen next 6 months. But why don't we do this? I will follow up with you next month and just see where you are and see if we can get together and just see where you are. What's your direction? Now we can go from there. How does that sound?
Yeah, like in another month would be good. That would be great. And then maybe would you know about like other states, agents in other states, if we ended up
Absolutely.
moving somewhere else?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a network. We have agents, partners all over the United States. So absolutely, I can find the right agent for you.
Okay, that's perfect. I think like in a month it'll be better.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and I'll definitely call you next month.
Okay.
Good job on your close on when she hit you with an objection. You essentially just asked for the same appointment again, back to back. Like she was like, no, sorry, not ready to do any of that yet. Don't want to waste your time. You're like, cool, well, it's gonna give you all these things. It'll only take 15 minutes, and just kind of reshot, back for the appointment. After she kind of pushed back again, you've moved more into discovery, which I thought was good. I would have for sure just done a question like she was saying, don't want to waste a ton of your time with clients. We don't see ourselves doing it for 6 months. She kind of just kept on pushing the really not ready. So I kind of just like to sit things down for a second, and you can just ask a real question and be like, hey, Stephanie, totally understand you're not ready yet. Understand it's going to be 6 months plus. Let me just ask you, if you were prepped when that time came, would it make your home buying process smoother? Yes? Okay. But just don't be afraid to like re-simplify things down for them as well. Because just like we love to overcomplicate things in our head, they do the same thing. So they're sitting there thinking, Tristan's coming over, we're signing an agreement, we're going through 12 steps of buying a home, and we're going through this roadmap, and we're going through buyer benefits, we're going through that. And they're thinking about all these little things. When really you just have to bring them back down to square one, which is, hey, we don't need to sign an agreement today for me to come over. So just calm for a second, think about the appointment. Would you be more prepped in 6 months when it came time to purchase your home? Okay, make it smoother on you. It would? Okay, let's spend 15 minutes together this Saturday. I'm very simply going to cover all the steps, all the information, and all the knowledge that you're going to need to feel prepped to purchase your home in 6 months. Does 12:30 or 2:30 work better? Okay, but I still really like the direction you take it, but that's one question that just stood out. Like right when you guys were in that kind of pocket, I was like, drop that one right in there, and it kind of re-levels, everything out. Where we're not like chasing and reaching anymore, where we feel like we're chasing for the appointment right there. Okay, let's get one more. We got 1 minuto.
Can I add something I learned actually doing my open houses this week that I think?
course.
Okay, because I've been sitting at Carlsbad. Because a lady came in and people are really educated about like the new NAR settlement. And they're asking, directly, like, what does it cost to work with you? Which is so awkward to answer. And the first lady asked me, and I was like, well, the way it all works, like I start at 2.5%, and then we kind of work it down, or we negotiate it. Everything's negotiable. And she's like, well, that wouldn't make any sense. I'd be a cash deal and I could close in 12 days. So why would you get 2.5%? She's like, 1% would be more realistic. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I'm a businesswoman, right? Like, that's why I said it's all negotiable. Like, but then I realized, like, I really kicked myself in the foot, like, in terms of negotiation. Like, I threw my number out first, which was like, basically killed the deal in that moment. But I feel like a better response, like a regular objection handler, would have been like, that's a great question. What do you want to pay me? Right. And like lob it back to her and let her, because they have no idea, like they have no idea concept. Like, well, I don't know, what's your rate? Like, what do you get paid? Right. Like she was savvy and educated as an investor. So she knew she wanted to pay 1%. Somebody else might just not know and want to be led through the question. So had I let her answer first, I could have written an offer right then and there, but I might have missed the ball on that one. So I just thought that was like a good learning experience for myself.
It's a great learning experience. And I'd say anytime, because we used to get this a lot, and you guys, it doesn't matter what sales industry you're in, people are asking how much it costs. Okay, whether it's working with you, whether it's buying a car, whether it was leads, it's set schedule, water filtration, like you name it. One of the first questions you're going to get from a lot of those people is, how much does it cost? Before you get to give them the value. And so you give them cost of something with no value behind it almost every single time, that leads to them just thinking it's quote unquote too expensive, even if it's our compensation, that we're getting paid. So at set schedule, I'd get like Holly, okay, on the presentation, 2 minutes in, she goes, Zach, just tell me how much it costs. Okay. And you guys already know the Best Buy, example that I used to do. So in Stephanie's situation, probably wouldn't work too well to be like, well, do you walk into Best Buy and ask how much do they charge? Okay. She probably wouldn't have taken it too well. So I would just return it, back with a question right there. Hey, great question. Do you understand how agent compensation works? And if she's like, yeah, I'm an investor, or something like that, then you can kind of know, okay, cool. What are you comfortable, compensating an agent? Or do you even see yourself being the one compensating the agent? I'm pretty good at getting the seller, to pay my compensation, not you even, but I would just answer it with a question opposed to the actual number itself. Because anytime I've given, oh, well, Holly, it's only $1,300, but I can work with you. Oh, no. Okay. No, Zach, it's okay. And they push it off, and they just kind of move on because it's priced with no value. It'd be like someone bringing you this new magic water that you didn't know was magic and it was double the price. You'd be like, fuck this water. You'd be like, but if someone had the chance to be like, well, Holly, before I explain the price to you, I just want to go through all the benefits, and it's double the price. You'd be like, oh my God, it's only double the price. That's awesome. And you end up buying the bottle. You guys see that? So don't close your opportunity there to give your value before they understand a cost, behind it. Cool.
So can I ask a quick question? I've been dying to
Of
ask
course.
you. What is the first line that you say about BBRA when you talk to the, client or buyers when they walk in? I thought Kubi mentioned that you break it down so simple. What was that?
So
sentence?
previously sellers would
mentioned that.
agree. Yeah, so previously sellers would agree to compensate the buyer's agent when they signed the listing agreement. Now they negotiate that compensation with the offer that they get.
And I mean, like when you have people walk in and you wanted to start this this conversation, you say, do you know about BBRA?
You're going into somebody's home without a disclosure. Their home insurance represents you as soon as you cross the threshold. You should have to sign something to go into somebody's largest, most vulnerable investment. Like the fact that strangers think they can just walk into other strangers' homes and not identify themselves is like trespassing to me.
Yeah, it's a
like
little
identify yourself. You're on private property. Like, nope, I'm not going to give you my name or my phone number. Well, then get out respectfully because you're trespassing. Like you're in somebody's home. If you have no intention of telling me who you are, you have no business of being here.
And it's no joke what it is, Holly. And that's kind of, I think we get a little wrapped up in our heads sometimes about asking about the BBRA because we think of like some whiplash, from it. The big thing with the BBRA is one, not making it a bigger deal than it is. Because if it's a bigger deal to you, it's now instantly a bigger deal to them. Okay. Because they feel that energy transfer instantly. If it's like this big, scary, big thing. So now it's big and scary to them and they're going to treat it the same way. So like Stephanie said, if you treat it like it's this thing I just do every day, hey, before I let you go, hey, before you leave, hey, now that you've gotten a chance to see the home, hey, now that I have an amazing understanding of what you're looking for, wherever you feel it's right to drop it, it will work on all those. Has anyone explained to you what a BBRA is? Has anyone explained to you how you work with an agent now? Has anyone explained with you how to pick an agent? Any one of those routes, like you can now lead down, that just leads you towards like what the BBRA is, a very, very simple explanation of it. Hey, a BBRA is a buyer broker representation agreement. This actually allows me to represent, negotiate, and execute for you during the purchase of your new home. Has anyone walked you through one before? And just keeping it simple and clean and no big scary words, like you'll be good. Like you'll be in a great spot. It's strictly, it's just going to be the making it scary and this big thing. And we need to sit down and sign it right now, and all this stuff. That's what's going to make it, them push back,
Yeah,
say,
yeah. I like how Stephanie said, yeah, just another agreement, just like we do anything else. Just
Yeah.
another
I've
agreement.
got a simple way to say, even though I haven't gotten 100 of these signed, but at least introducing it, I just say, oh, what's a BBRA? It's honestly is really nothing to worry about. Everything's really the same between a buyer's agent and a buyer. It's just they want us to put it on paper now. So it's very transparent. You know exactly what to expect from me. I know what to expect from you. Quite simply, it's kind of like what a listing agreement is with a listing agent. So a seller and a listing agent. Now a buyer and a buyer's agent have that sort of solidified relationship, and then kind of go from there.
I would just not say it's nothing to not worry about. I would try to never use the word worry personally.
They
Because
seem
once
worried
you,
like it's a big deal. Like it's not a big deal. It's everything's exactly the same. Now it's just on paper. So
yeah.
then I start getting into
I
detail.
what you're saying though, because you do want it to
instead
be a
of
little bit of a
saying-
big deal.
Instead of saying what it's not, maybe say what it is. Like, oh, it's just another customary, it's another customary form in the process, or another boilerplate form, or it's the next step in the process in creating our relationship.
Or you can say like
If you're
it's
saying anything like
a
it's not a
standard
big
process.
deal, it's
I was
nothing
gonna
to
say,
worry about.
Isaac just nailed down the word standard is a big word there. Hey, Chase, I know it seems like this big thing. It's actually just standard. That this is what you do when you're ready to go see homes is, you pick an agent, with a BBRA, and then I'm able to go out, execute those showings for you, get you in the homes, see what offers would win the house, and get you set up for success. But that word standard is literally the definition of making it norm. Like, it's just like, this is normal. This is standard. It happens every single time, no matter what. It's standard. People pick, an agent with an agreement when they're ready to buy a home. Like it's just standard how it goes.
And I think the important part of that is like how you feel every time you hear each of those words. How do you feel when you hear the word worry? Like, oh, was I supposed to be worried? How do you feel when you hear the word standard? Oh, comfort. Okay, great. How do you feel when you hear the word like it's not a big deal? Like, oh, there's big deals going on over here, but standard, super neutral emotion.
It's just like full transparency. It's now addressing how an agent gets compensated up front, having that conversation and being educated on how that works. And it's amazing because I was telling Zach, I was feeling a little down. I didn't get as many signed, but I'm like, in 17 years of being licensed, getting 5 signed in the last few months is the most I've ever had signed. So I'm like, that's amazing.
When you guys, this is the big thing. I know I can oversimplify sometimes, and sometimes I get pinged on the wrist for it, just a little bit. But like Emily was just saying, a lot of this worry comes from who's paying who. Okay, like that's not where the only part where the worry is coming from, really. Yeah, there are some people who signed with an agent previously and got stuck in a shitty contract, and so they're burnt, and they have this bad past. So they don't. Let's be real, that's not the norm. Okay, as the people that have been burnt out by this terrible agent. Okay, it's not the norm by any means. The norm is they're just want to worry about where's 25 grand, out of their pocket going to go. It's a lot of money, 10, 20, 25, 30 grand. So what would be the problem with oversimplifying it and just saying, hey, Glennis, do you understand how an agent gets compensated?
No.
Because Emily said that when she asked like 4 people in her last open house, they were walking around talking, and she just asked them, hey, I forget the wording that she used, but they all thought that they had to pay their buyer's agent. Like they just thought that that was the new rule, and that was here in Orange County. So just asking someone super bluntly, we know the question that's going through their head, do I have to pay this person? So why not just be super direct and super simplify it? Hey, Holly, do you understand how I get paid? Hey, Holly, do you understand how compensation works? Here, I know there's been a lot of changes, over the last few months. Yeah, just asking that. Hey, do you understand how agents get paid? Okay, I definitely think that you should have clarity on that before you pick your agent, because that seems like pretty important information. There's a lot of lack of clarity in the market right now. Okay, and just highlighting that though. And I'll just, once again, you guys know you can tell your clients how to feel. You guys all have that option. We just kind of forget that we have the control to literally tell them, hey, Tristan, this should make you really excited. You're actually about to pick your agent. It's really cool. Just tell them how to feel. Okay. Hey, Isaac, you're about to have such clarity. Okay. Over the next few steps, I'm going to go over the agreement. I'm going to go over how compensation gets paid. I'm going to go over how you get the best deal, and you're going to feel great. Tuesday or Thursday. But don't be afraid to tell them how they're supposed to feel during all this, because you can tell them how they're supposed to feel about a BBRA, which is why Stephanie was saying so carefully, be scared, like be worried about using the word worry. Because you're telling them how to feel with your words. You're telling them that they should feel worried or they are worried, one or the other. Where if you just flip the script a little bit and it's, hey, Chase, actually, yeah, we don't know about a BBRA, and I don't know, it seems like this big thing. You go, how exciting. I love breaking down the BBRA to everybody. Giving people clarity on how agents get compensated is one of my favorite parts. Do you have 10 minutes? Okay. You can walk them through it. All you're doing is switching the direction that you're making something. Hey, how exciting versus, hey, you shouldn't be worried, about it. So just think about that. It doesn't have to be the word excited. Clarity is a good one. I think people love clarity. Hey, Holly, I don't know. We're not really ready to sign with an agent or anything yet. Has anyone given you clarity on how agents get compensated? They haven't. I think that's really important before you make that decision. Then you can decide, which direction makes the most sense. Do you have 10 minutes tonight where I can just break that all down for you? Okay, great. But you see, you're just setting yourself up to be right there. Okay, and right in that good spot. Okay, great first role play of the year. Okay, we added a little extra 15 minutes. You guys, seriously, yesterday was a really cool feeling. Okay, I was talking with Francis. We were talking for a while, for the new year. This is the most prepped I have felt going into a new year. And it's a really good feeling. It is. I'll just be super on it. That's not a feeling that I think I've really felt before going into a new year. I felt excited. I felt motivated. I always feel confident, okay, about stuff like that. It's my job, okay, is to feel confident, okay, and cocky sometimes. But feeling actually prepped, like, hey, what can I do right now to prep for tomorrow? And there literally being nothing that I can see there, like to do, like we're good to go, like buttons are locked and loaded, like it feels good. It really does. Like it feels really, really good. And I want you guys to have that same feeling, okay, if you can. So day after a new year, the rest of the world is just starting to kind of get back into action today. They're going back to work, starting to answer calls, kind of coming back into reality. Okay, so really take this time, in my opinion, to prep. Go through your pipeline, make sure property alerts are swapped, like make sure all your buyers from the last 3 weeks, this month, okay, are all handled. Don't go worrying on this huge thing of 2025 yet. Like just prep. Take the day to prep. Get your pipeline ready. Get rid of people who don't need to be there. Move people forward who should be moved forward. But just prep for tomorrow, okay, and for the new year. And let's just start off with a bang. But it is a really, really good feeling just knowing like shit's handled. Okay, and like all I got to do is worry about new stuff now, for 2025. So if you need support with that, let me know. Okay, I just figured I'd pass it along because it's definitely, like I said, it's nothing that I've personally really felt before, and it definitely feels good. So Slack me, call me, Reach out to me if you guys need any support today, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025. Grand year rising.
Grand rising.
All right, guys.